Hello, everybody. This is Grace on a Journey, and you are listening to Grace on a Journey Channelings. Welcome to the newcomer, and to those of you returning, my fellow travelers, welcome back. I am happy to have you. Today's title is Learn Your Soul Lessons. Learn your soul lessons. It was brought to my attention that in feedback, in relation to the collectives that listen in, there are commentaries being made regarding healing ourselves. And why should we have this hyper focus on healing? What do you get out of it anyway? That right there is that train of thought, that understanding is one of the many things that hinder you from your growth. Those of you that are still defensive and regarding connecting the dots and realizing that, oh yeah, this is a school. I can't deny that there are patterns in my life. I do see the ties between generations and repeated patterns, some considered as generational curses. It's as if you're beginning to entertain the possibility of this new awakening. But in the same token, there is a hesitation because you are troubled about not having enough clarity to consider the incentives following. And I am being led to tell you that as you recognize the patterns, do the work, learn the lessons, equipping you to take the tests, that we all experience at some point or another in life. As you evolve, you will gain more and more access to your higher self. Why is that an incentive worth striving for? Well, as you activate your higher self, you will uncover untapped, inherited solar power. Parts of you that you haven't recollected just yet. Parts of you that need to develop in this 3D reality to align you with your purpose, with your soul's purpose, aligning you mind, body, and soul. Higher self activation, the ability to connect with your higher self and activate it, is walking in power. And that's just the choice of words, because you can say flying in power. You can also say swimming in power. Meaning, wherever you are in your life, once you have activated your higher self, you are better equipped to maneuver and succeed at the lessons ahead. Once you activate your higher self, you will be attracting more balance into your life. Mind, body, and soul. You'll be understanding the necessity of routinely cleansing yourselves, mind, body, and soul. And you won't just have the awareness of it, you will have enough discipline to act on it. Connecting with yourself, all of you, will offer opportunities for happiness. You'll also recognize and incline in your intuition capabilities. But of course, you will definitely reap rewards in connection to protection. Oh yes, very much so. Your psychic abilities will not only develop, but you will experience an expansion in territory. You'll attract enthusiasm because you will be aligned with vitality. Now, all of this is in connection with making the effort to devote I could say time, but devote your attention. I rather use that word. Devote your attention to the needs of your soul, which will then be able to guide you on ways to nurture your soul. Now, as I've shared earlier, the title is Learn Your Soul Lessons. I stated a couple lessons that we learn along the way. But while uncovering while listing these benefits of awareness, it was brought to my attention that this is your work to do. I can just offer you a guideline as to what lessons could have been offered. The lessons that you could have had an opportunity to complete successfully. But being that we are all individuals on our own path, on our own pace, it wouldn't be feasible for me to list a list of soul lessons that we are all actively learning simultaneously. You see, these lessons are connected to our karma as well. So although we have different seasons that we mirror each other, we don't necessarily have to be learning these lessons at the same time. Okay? Some lessons people come across would be that we should love fearlessly. And the reason why that is a soul lesson is when you are in the energy of love, you benefit from that experience when you bring all of you to that equation. The reason why many of us have to retake that class and experience that cycle over and over in different seasons in our lives is because of past hurts that were not healed. One of the reasons why these hurts were not healed is because we didn't allow ourselves the opportunity to stand our ground. And go within. And do the work. That can be due to distractions in form of people, places, things, or energies. And this is why many of you that are in touch with your higher self are receiving cues to declutter, declutter, declutter. Almost every day, declutter. It's just as if the practice that some people do with their mobiles. Many people declutter, all right, in areas of cookies and so forth. As you declutter the mobile, what happens is it moves smoother. It doesn't drag as long between apps and such. Some people even go as far as, you know what, I don't use this app often enough to have it keeping space. You know, other ways of handling it is learning how to categorize, how to group your data in ways that are beneficial, allowing you to have the amount, an ample amount of memory on your phone, right? So we declutter it. And it's the same way we need to declutter our being. Because we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We need to declutter our, release what needs to be released from our minds, like things that are weighing us down. We need to release it. Things that are not beneficial to our health. We need to release that as well. That's a form of decluttering. And in the spiritual sense, it can be people that you are holding grudges with, people that you hate, you know, all of these things are weighing you down. All of these things are keeping you stuck. Until you learn how to master loving fearlessly, you will remain in a period of stagnancy. And you'll find yourself repeating lessons that should not have to take all this recycling. Right? Now, one of the reasons why we have issues, why we do get hurt, why we have misunderstandings when in loving connections is because our lack of effort when it comes to the practice of active listening, right? One of the things that could be going on is you hear what you want to hear. Like you have selective hearing. And sometimes the person makes a statement and you internalize it in a manner that it was not it wasn't even offered in. You interpret it in your own way due to a past experience that is being triggered. Let me give you a hint. If you have someone in your life and that person reminds you of another person, and you see that other person in a negative light, be very careful how you are treating the individual that's present in your life, because due to the unhealed emotions that you had, consciously or subconsciously, you may be making them pay the price for whatever hurt that you experience. Now, the reason why that becomes an issue is because everyone has a level of limitation. Everyone has a point in time where, okay, full stop. We're not going to take this any further. That does not mean they will disconnect with you. You know, I was watching a movie recently where there was a couple and the husband was displaying a narcissistic behavior. Like it was sick in his interaction with his wife. Now, it was his way of relating to her, because later on in the film he confessed that the reason why he had this type of attitude towards her, that is what was modeled in front of him. That is what his father did. And due to the fact that his mother didn't show enough revolt in his understanding or in his sight, he then tried to bring that to his marital home and was under the impression that my wife is going to be how my mother was with my father. What he was failing to realize is you both come from different households. What was modeled in front of you was not modeled in front of her. There are also personality factors. Some people are more bold than others. Some people have more tolerance than others. Also, some people are able to endure various types of abuse, not due to the fact that they are so strong emotionally, but due to the fact that they have some type of crutch. I don't want to get into throwing out celebrity names, right? But there is a female who was in a relationship with a male, both of them in the music industry. Now, there was a lot of talk about how she changed after entering the relationship with him, as if she was going in a downward spiral. She was so successful in achievement before encountering this male. And it's as if she was deteriorating in front of our eyes. It was sad, for you to be that young and attract so much negativity. And it was later on she self-disclosed that one of the ways that she was able to remain in that connection is she was drinking all the time. She said there'd be no way that I could have maintained that relationship unless I was drinking a bottle when I woke up and drinking one, before I go to bed. That's how she did it. But she took that approach due to what she felt she would gain in having that connection with him. A level of popularity, which she most definitely did gain, right? Very popular today. A household name today. But what did it cost her? One, her reputation. Regardless of the vices that she releases from her behavior today, there's always going to be lingering thoughts or gossip. Remember when we saw her at her worst? Remember what she was enduring? Remember what she looked like? Remember this? Remember that? Now, that's not to say that you cannot leave it all behind, especially those of us that experience defamation of character. Sometimes you're not even in connection with these lies that they create. And you have to be able to pick yourself up and say, believe what you want to believe. And keep it moving. Unapologetically. Right? Because those who matter know. They know who you are. And those who don't matter, oh well. Have fun. But all this to say is you don't always know what's behind closed doors. So even if you are under the impression that, well, so-and-so is able to endure these types of poor behavior, and it appears that he's even more problematic with her. Again, you do not know what's going on behind closed doors. But this is all rooted again from those that we modeled from. Right? And it doesn't even have to be a father. It could be an uncle. It could be a grandfather. It could be a friend. But someone that was in connection to you. Someone that left an imprint in your life. Right? Whether it is a female or a male. So that's why it's also important to have positive role models. I want to tell you something that was told to me at a younger age, where I was allowing the pressures of society to tell me that in order to produce a child that is balanced and best equipped to win in this world, is I would have to provide the child with a 2-parent household. I personally believe that is what was going to happen. But we cannot predict the future. I had to deal with healing certain issues myself, because I felt like certain things I endured, I did not want for my future generation. Now, in being open to connect with the opposite sex to see if there could be a connection as far as marriage and, family and so forth, I received counsel from one of the wisest women I know, which is, you may feel that you want to offer your child a 2-parent household, but in that process, please be very thorough in your selection, because that person that you introduce your child to needs to be in the energy of greatness. You don't just need a man. You need a great man. And that never left me. It's like right then and there I knew that if there was ever a connection to come, that I'm not going to settle someone displaying toxic behavior in front of mine. Reason being, if he escaped it from his biological parent, why then open the door to someone that has no blood connection and have this type of dysfunction to enter our bloodline. Enter by way of a spiritual burden, right? And then as the child approaches adulthood and starts having relationships and stuff, then there are possibilities that they will then repeat what they saw, because that is who they modeled from. So, fortunately, in my case, right, I was able to learn that in this season right now, I'm being called to work on myself. Right? And I'm trying to help. I'm trying to express it in the accurate time sequence, but I'm doing the best I can. I mean, in that time where I was not yet in a relationship, I was telling myself, okay, right now, I need to be working on myself. That's what I need to be doing. So that was the focus. And I was open to learning these soul lessons because I said, listen, I don't want to repeat them anymore. No more. It's over. Never again. Like I made my declaration, never again. And I was going to do what I had to do. I was going to heal how I had to heal. I was going to release who I had to release, what I had to release, when I had to release, how I had to release. Okay? There are certain convictions that require for you to go all in. It's not just about, one toe in and no, it's all in. You in or you out. Certain opportunities are offered, and if you take it, you take it. If you don't, you lose. That's it. So when it was brought to my attention that, listen, you now are in awareness that you are not alone. Okay, you have backup. You have a team that is available to you on call, right? That can offer any type of guidance that you need, any type of support that you need, and so forth. All that's required is you work on you. You heal yourself. You consider what is being brought to your attention. You follow the guidance being provided. You have to actively participate in order to gain more and more access to these rewards or these advantages or these advancements. So, I felt that not only my child was worth it, but I was worth it. And I say that strategically because many mothers can relate. You put your kids first, right? And then you second. There's not a decision I make without considering my child's welfare. Now, as I was able to focus on what I was being guided to focus on, because I needed to heal myself to attract somebody that was healed, I needed to be balanced in order for me to attract someone that was balanced. You see, you are provided for, but you have to have the eligibility to receive. You cannot ask for someone that's healed if you're not healed. Because you're not equally yoked. You're not in the same frequency. And it just so happens that both of you could be healing in hermit mode as God is preparing you before He connects you. Chances are it will be at a friendship label to begin with, right? And then from friendship, you build on that. And let's just say God provided. He provided what I deserved. And He provided for him what he deserved. We earned it. We learned our soul lessons. We learned that what was keeping us in stagnation mode is the need to declutter. Right? And that doesn't necessarily mean people. It could be people, it could be places, it could be things, it could be energies. Right? These things could be past traumas. Some stemming even from your childhood. Now, that is not the only goal that we have as humans, which is to connect with another. I'm perfectly aware that some people want to be connected and some people don't. They're okay. I know people that do not want to be in any type of connection, period. They've had connections that were so horrible that they closed that chapter voluntarily. Who am I to say no? You need to open it. That's their decision. That's free will. And I respect that. You may choose to experience this journey on your own. That's okay. But those of you that prefer that connection, then you have to make yourself your priority, not the connection. That's where we are making the mistake. We're making the connection the priority where, okay, I need to be making myself available this way and that way and this way. And that's not healing what needs to be healed. And as I've shared before, yes, you need to bond with God. You need to bond with your angels. And, you need to honor your benevolent ancestors and so forth. But in all of this relationship building and planning for your future, there has to be an exchange of energy. Okay, how have you earned this? I'm not going to go into too much detail regarding what I'm about to say. Because when you want information, you seek information. And so I am just sharing what I am led to share with you that will basically be guidelines on where to do further research to be better versed on these courses in order for you to create your spiritual individual treatment plans on your way to healing. Those of you that want or need more attention or more guidance, those opportunities were already made available to you. And sometimes you say you need this type of assistance, you need that type of assistance, and it's offered to you and you don't knock the door. You don't connect. You're not doing the effort. And so you remain where you are. As I was making that statement, I was envisioning this I don't know if the correct word is parable. It's a saying that I've heard a couple times in my life where there was a man who found himself in the ocean, right? He fell into the ocean and he didn't want to drown. And he was praying, God, please help me. Send help. I need you to send help. I don't want to drown. I need you to send a ship, because I was on a ship. So I need you to send me a ship in order for them to, send me whatever it is that can assist me in being able to get on the ship and not drown. Now, while praying, he saw someone passing by with a canoe. And he still kept on praying, where's the ship, God? I believe in you. I know you can. I know you're not going to let me die out here. Meanwhile, there's a canoe right in the area, right? But he's looking at, no, I asked for a ship. Sometimes God is offering you something, and in your I wasn't going to use the word rebellion, but since that's what came to mind, okay? But it could be rebellion, it could be hesitation, it could be like someone who is very selective. They would have a list of preferences. No, the person has to be like this and like that and like this. And then so when opportunities arise, you miss a lot of these opportunities because you're looking at, well, this and this and that. And then the canoe continues to go on by until you don't even see it anymore. It's so far away. Where did it go? It reached land. Right? And the ship never came. Right? And so that's why, and I'm not just telling you this because that's not a lesson that I didn't have to learn over and over and over again. Believe me, I had to take that class over and over and over again, right? Releasing those quote unquote preferences and believing that God has my best interests. And me deciding that I am going to trust God. I can honestly say the words have not been invented yet for me to express my level of satisfaction in God's selection. A lot of times you think you really know yourself. You do. You think you really know yourself. And then something happens in life and you're like, wow. I didn't know I could arrive at this level of potential. But see, God answers prayers. And so I've been praying in ways that I didn't even know how far they were going to take me. But it was those prayers. God, help me arrive at my highest potential. This was years ago. I've been praying like this for years, not even knowing the significance in what I was saying. Now, it could be in connection to my ability to express myself. I can express myself to make my point, right? Some people have a strength in that area. So those that have these types of skills tend to be the poets and, you know, the writers and the speakers and so forth. So use what you have to get where you need to go. Now, I've heard that in the physical sense a lot, where you know that you have this physical attribute going for you, so you use that, you embellish that, you bring that out. The same way we do that physically, then we can also do that spiritually. We can also do that mentally. We may not have math as a preference in subject, but you might really be into history. You might really be into biology, and you need a master on that. Whatever your strengths are, keep them. Keep them growing even stronger. And those areas that you have challenges, keep on giving yourself opportunities to be in the same vicinity as those challenges in order for you to learn them. Like, there are certain subjects I don't like. Why then buy books on those subjects? It's just the challenge. I feel if I expose myself enough to whatever I am lacking understanding in, eventually I will absorb it. I'm not going to allow fear to hinder my growth. Those are all opportunities on ways you can perfect yourself. One of the quotes that I really admire is, I am perfectly imperfect. And that's okay. My goal was never to be perfect. My goal was to be who I was called to be. By arriving at my highest potential. I don't have that spirit of competition because I am too focused on being thorough. When you are focused on being thorough, it's in relation to wanting to master a skill, a subject, an ability. So you're not going to be using your time or your energy to compete. How is that assisting my journey? I've come to realize that the focus needs to be on me. And the focus needs to be on you. Not just for me. And not just for you. I keep telling you. As you heal yourself, you heal your ancestors. As you heal yourself, you heal your bloodline. You raise in rank. And it's an exchange of energy. Oh, she healed this generational curse. Well, we'll reward you with this. We'll give you this opportunity. We'll attract this. You know, it's a give and take. It's a balance. Balance is the fruit of the universe. All of these opportunities are incentives on why it would benefit you to learn your soul lessons. Stop avoiding them. Stop pushing them away because they're in your face for a reason. Some of you presently are dealing with certain vices, certain addictions because you are in a battle with your soul. Something is being presented to you right now. You need to work on this. We want you to work on this. You need to grow on this area. No, I don't want to. No, let me get a smoke. No, let me get a cup of wine. No, let me hook up with somebody. And engage with them in ways that should only be with. That's confirming some of us are basically on that vibe where you are okay with the benefits and no other commitment. Right? All of that is connecting to how you value yourself. Now, if you had a parent or a grandparent that you witnessed was in that same energy, doing the same thing, The message I am needing to relate to you is, please heal me. Healing yourself offers them peace. Some of them are tormented because, if I only knew. I wish I taught my daughter this way. I wish I treated her mother this way so she would understand this way of selecting a man in her life, or accepting rather, because he does the selection, accepting a man in her life, right? Not to say that some of you don't select men out there, but it's your personal decision to make. Some of us prefer the male to make the selection. I need you to be in your male energy. Like, I don't need to be the man in your life. But everybody's different, and that's okay. That's no judgment. That's okay. There's actually nothing wrong with that. So, those of you that had a hold up and did not know how to love fearlessly, or did not understand on why you are not loving fearlessly, well, there you go. We just had moments of food for thought. All areas of consideration, all opportunities for you to explore, right? Another way to gain access to your higher self is to practice active listening. Again, earlier I was saying that sometimes we have selective hearing. We're hearing one thing and the person's saying something else, right? And the art of practice active listening is, as someone shares something or explains something to you, you do a form of repeat. For example, the person could say, the sky is blue. So you're saying that what you see when you look at the sky, it's blue, right? That's practicing active listening. Because I also could have said, oh, so that's what you see? You see the sky is blue. The person did not say they see the sky is blue. The person just said the sky is blue. But I can interpret it as they said they saw it that way. One of the reasons why we have issues with communication is because we do not practice active listening. We like to read between the lines. We like to add on. We like to spice it up. We like the drama, right? Some of us are addicted to that because that is what you saw modeled in front of you. And because you are in a similar frequency, it doesn't drain you. But those that are not on that frequency find it very draining. I'm not available for arguments, straight up. And that's one of the reasons why I could just walk away. Because I am not going to allow anyone to drain me in going back and forth, because I'm very strong mentally. If I see something a certain way, and logically it's making sense, right? Spiritually it's making sense. My intuition is guiding me in that manner. Trust and believe. You could turn blue in the face, saying, no, it's really this way. No, it's really this way. This is why it's this way. See, she said it's that way too. They said it's that way. Why can't you see it that way? Everyone else been seeing it that way. Why are you being difficult? Why are you being rebellious? Why are you being problematic? Why? Why is I'm a free spirit? It does not matter if you want to spend the rest of your life making a point that is not in alignment with my understanding of it. I refuse to say the sky is red if I see the sky is blue. Whether you like it, whether you dislike it, whether you reject me, whether you outcast me, I will still say sky is blue. Now, I'm not suggesting that we all need to be that way. Confirmation. I'm not suggesting that we all need to be that way. Please understand, I am very much in the spirit of you making your own decisions. I'm not here to sway you either way. I'm here to relay the messages that I receive for you. I'm here to share the experiences that I've had, and I'm here to share opportunities of gaining progress due to what these behaviors have afforded me in relation to progress. All right? Something in the sense of a resource. But what I offer you is an offering to you. That's what it is. But I would like it for you to sharpen your mental capacity so you can start making decisions based on your understanding after reviewing facts. This has nothing to do with considering peer pressure. This has nothing to do with competition. This has nothing to do with ego. It's an opportunity to grow. Another soul lesson that you may be approached with is treating others the way you want to be treated. This is a lesson we should have learned since our childhood. And I'm going to do my best, God. I'm going to do my best to not be judgmental about this, God. I know you can help me not to be judgmental about this, God. But there was a season in my life I honestly believe that we all understood this. But it is after experiencing certain adversities, I'm realizing that that lesson has escaped some generations, right? Some multitudes. Offering you an opportunity to get it right the next cycle. Offering your future generations a path in gaining even more access to their higher self. Due to the prerequisites that you've provided for them. More incentives to do and to work on your soul lessons. It not only benefits you, it benefits your ancestors. It also benefits your future generations. Why? Because we are all connected. That is why. Research ways where you can learn more about solar power. Now, one of the exercises that you can do to gain access to the ancestral lessons that you need to be working on is a family tree. This is something that I work on with individuals. Where we look at things we tend to want to avoid. Because it offers opportunities to look into what we consider, what we deem as shortcomings. See, growth many times is connected to what we want to avoid. As I take an approach of being respectful, your parents or your grandparents may have had certain traits that you've inherited, right? And some that you don't want to admit. And because you don't want to admit it, you don't want to say that they're connected to it. Because it opens an opportunity to look at yourself. So when I do these family tree exercises with people, we look at them through the eyes of love and not the eyes of judgment. All right? Understanding that we are all in school while we experience the journey of life. And it's not about competition. It's not about titles. It's not about nationalities. It's not about religion. No, we we're going deeper. All right? The root of things. The soul level. We're connecting the dots. That is what is going to offer us an opportunity for growth. And I've learned that one of the ways that we can move ahead in relation to spiritual growth is having access to a safe place or a safe person. Having access to a support system. As I've shared before, it takes a variety of treatment to heal. There's not one answer that fits all, because we are all individuals on our own path, investing of ourselves at our own pace. As we go inward and we make the connections, we recognize the patterns as we access the ancestral lessons, we gain more inspiration for increase in personal evolution. The goal is to release ingrained patterns. What ingrained patterns have held you back? Not only yourself, but those that you love. Those ingrained patterns. What was passed down to you? What was your dad doing? What was your granddad doing? What was your great-great-grand? And it goes also on the maternal side. What was your mother doing? What was your grandmother doing? What was your great-great-grandmother doing? I know we want to remember them in a certain light. But in the same token, we have to remember that we share the opportunity of life. We shared it. Yes, they've transitioned, but they had an opportunity to experience higher learning as well. And I know it may be difficult for you to understand. Some of you do. I'm aware of that. But those of you that don't understand yet how it is affecting them presently, that's just going to have to occur when you are willing to be open-minded enough to see things from every perspective. Because being closed-minded is one of the reasons why certain concepts may be a challenge to you. Again, no judgment here. We are just uncovering what needs to be uncovered and facing what we need to face in order to understand what we need to understand so we can move forward. Because as we release these ingrained patterns, it gives us opportunities to clear out inherited karma that is affecting us. I'm not going to get too deep into this, but there's a point that I'm being asked to make, which is you came into this life with karmic debt. That is my understanding of things. No, you do not have to subscribe to what I have a subscription to. But that is my belief and understanding of things. You do come here with debt. And some of the debt is inherited and some of it is personal debt. Now, I believe that to the core, because certain experiences I've had this lifetime is in relation to my past, my soul's past. People can follow you in an attempt to torment you over and over and over and over until what? You learn the lessons that they were here to teach. There's your deliverance right there. There's the incentive to experience passing the test. Because that is what opened the doors to my higher self, assisting me to make wiser decisions, assisting me to use my discernment, awakening me to my empowerment, aligning me with my soul's purpose. The lesson had to be learned. And sometimes it's ironic because we are programmed to have this type of understanding that self-sacrifice is what is regarded as being saintly or being holy or being close to God, when in truth, balance is the fruit of the universe. Even as you give, you need to receive. If you do not receive, you drain your resources. If you drain your resources, you are harming yourself, which is not in alignment with God's will for you. There's a lot that we think we know that we're uncovering we never knew. Those things that we thought we knew, that we are realizing were illusions all this time, are connected to the same experiences those members who came before us experienced. Many of our ancestors were given opportunities to learn lessons in connection to self-sacrifice. And some of them died unhappy because they never learned that lesson. They always put others before them. They never offered themselves the same amount of nurturing that they offer their neighbors. They never considered themselves the way they consider others. They never valued their wisdom, their personal wisdom, their experience wisdom as much as they considered the wisdom of another. For example, I've heard this several times before, that you may come from a certain body of people, right, where you can share facts with them, offering opportunities of development significantly. And they do not approve. Why? Because you belong to that group of people. Now, what I'm about to say is not word for word, but I've heard something in the sense of a prophet is not recognized, is not appreciated from their hometown. It's usually abroad. It's usually after relocation. It's just how things are. All right? And that could be connected to competition. That could be connected to ego. That could be connected to the fact that some people are here for seasons and others are here for lifetimes. But just know, reward follows you as you follow the guidance that keeps you in wisdom. Now, enlightenment should not be something that people feel that they need to be defensive towards. But one of the verses that I came across, one of the many verses I came across to share. And as I've shared before, wherever I'm led is where I go. I do not only subscribe to one holy text. As I've said before, we all have something to offer. And God is everywhere. And so is His signature. Your connection to Him is what assists you in discerning this is His word or this is not. All right? But one of the things I've read was evil men do not understand justice. That's why they don't see things and they don't process things according to your frequency. We can use the term evil men. We can use men of a lower frequency. However you want to understand it. Confirmation. Our focus needs to be the point being made, which is the lower frequencies do not understand justice. But those who seek the Lord understands it completely. One of the reasons why you don't want to seek, or you don't want to understand, rather, justice is because of how it benefits you, how injustice benefits you. And I see that a lot, especially in debates regarding racial experience. I feel sometimes point after point after point is being made why a group of people may feel inferior. But I feel like a wall is intentionally there to prevent connecting to each other, awakening ourselves in the knowledge that we are one. That invisible wall is associated to lower forces. It could be related to race, it could be related to nationality, it could be related to religion, it could be related to class, it could be related to education, and so forth. But whatever means of classification that is enforcing division is no longer serving our soul's journey. It's a new day, it's a new age, it's a new experience. It's a new map, it's a new guideline, it's new. I'm hearing it's a new age. Either you align or you don't align. But what happens to those that don't align is they fade away into the background until they're no more. That's the evolution of man. That's how we recalibrate. That's how we move forward. You get with it or you get out. Just read history. Pay attention to the patterns. How differences in opinions, differences in what's regarded as progress can be significant in power. Truth is, when you don't want to grow, you get left behind. And then the roles reverse. You become the joke when you were once the joker. You are in search of ways to soar when once you thought you were flying. You feel like a fish out of water when you thought the world was yours. Which then influences further vices and downward spirals in addiction. Especially as you make the connection that those who followed their intuition, those who trusted God, those who believed, won because they jumped. Some of you were afraid to jump. Some of you are afraid of heights. You're afraid of your greatness or your opportunities to be great. You rejected the help. You decided to create stories that outcast others. Encouraging hate, encouraging war. bringing confusion and lack of clarity into the picture. Those are all opportunities to learn what assisted you in moving forward and what has pushed you backward. We all belong. Humanity is society. As we dive in deeper, we understand human nature and humankind, which gives us further understanding of these different perspectives that people find themselves in. Now, in order to build a healthy community, we have to be willing to achieve personal growth. All of these are well wishes that are our hope for tomorrow. But they will only be attained if we take part of completing the soul lessons that we're here to learn. Healing yourself is your responsibility. We all have family responsibility, whether it is ancestral or generational or future generations. But in the knowledge that it is all connected, we also cannot neglect that we all have a level of familial responsibility. You need to get to a point where you are able to be real with yourself, because that is when you will have complete access and awareness of yourself, of your truth. Try to meditate and research ways research the lessons that you were being offered through certain experiences. So as you meditate, let's say you experience some type of trauma. Okay, God, what lesson was I supposed to learn there? And as you put some thought into it, you'll uncover, okay, I was supposed to learn this. Now, you may have awareness of some traumas that those before you experienced. And you understand, oh, well, she may have needed healing in this area because she never really got any treatment for it. She never went to counseling. She didn't believe in that. That is not something our culture does. That's not something that was done at that time. That's not. But as I healed this part of me, I healed that part of them. Now, some people take this even further, because it is more powerful when you involve all the opportunities of amplifying the energy, right? For example, some people go as far, this is something I came across, where for example, if you had a parent who endured domestic abuse and you have access to the home that they experienced it in, or you have access to visit that neighborhood, visit that street, if you don't have access inside of the home, but the outside of the home, you can go there and say a prayer of healing. Okay, the lessons you didn't learn, I learned. I learned to detach from people, places, and things that are no longer in alignment with our highest good. As I heal, we heal. We are one. People, you don't know how powerful that is. But I've had opportunities where I brought healing to my bloodline. And it has raised me in vibration. It has brought a joy in me that can never be taken away. It has awakened me to the greatness that I was born to be. You see, those opportunities have you seeing yourself the way God sees you, appreciating you the ways your ancestors. Yes, it is also a confidence builder. Consider all these avenues and review ways by taking what you want and taking what you want and leaving the rest. When you are connecting with those that are taking similar action. In relation to soul growth. Be careful. All right? Use your discernment. A lot of people may be offering assistance. Oh, I can help you in this way and that way. Please have both of your eyes wide open. Let me rephrase that. Please have all of your eyes wide open in selecting who to work with and who to wait on. Who to hesitate with. Ask for guidance as to who is appropriate for your path, for your progress, for your pace. All right, now these decisions that you will be making will be in form of towers, in those that are in your life that want to control you. That's a confirmation that we just heard. That want to control you. They will find it as a tower. If you do not want to do it their way or see it their way or understand it their way, then something's wrong with you. Then, you're doomed. They come with all of this type of manipulative baggage to keep you stuck. And you have to recognize those approaches for what they are. You are basically at a crossroads and you need to make those decisions. Whatever direction you go into is that decision you've made. And those of you who claim, well, I don't have to cross the street, I could just wait. Well, you've made that decision to not move forward. Keep that in mind as well. I know some of you will be moving forward to new beginnings, and that is a step in a positive direction. It's okay to be a fish out of water when you are in new territory. As long as you stay connected to Source, to God, to living waters, to that type of energy. Okay? Banish fear. Don't let pride get in your way. And again, I'm being guided to say not just your personal pride, but the pride that you belong to, your kin, however you want to describe them, your group, right? Because they can get in your way as well. Pay attention to that. Know that if you are moving in alignment with what God is calling you to do, you are already protected. Providing you are in the energy of obedience. Okay? You will be receiving further information in regards to your next steps. As you learn your lessons, as you pass your tests, as you invite the spirit of acceptance into your being, make yourself available to progress by inviting further direction for what you should be doing next. What baby steps should you be engaging in next to move forward? Surrender to divine order. I know you want things to be a certain way. I know you have preferences. I know you want to design that vision board. But we have to recall we are co-pilots, co-creators. There is a force greater than us. And I'm going to keep saying it, God. It's God. Whether you agree or disagree. Because that is my truth. And as much as I am not pressuring you to subscribe to what I subscribe to, I am not called to censor my belief as well. I'm called to be free. Part of my life story is a call to free not only myself, but to free those who've been oppressed. Whether it is physically, mentally, spiritually, and so forth. I sing the freedom songs. And due to my purpose, I am being guided every step of the way. I understand that with these opportunities of advancement and protection, I have to be in a sincere spirit. My offering has to be true. There are times when I experience an unbearable cross. That's because I didn't know the connections that were available to me. But my awakening in knowing that I am no longer alone enabled me an opportunity to return to love, and love is my power. Love is my superpower. So today I don't allow clouds to cause me to be indecisive, because I know what I don't see, God sees for me. And I know trusting God, believing God, and moving in God-led direction is the key. Presently, I know and I claim and I am part of the tree of life. My story and my existence forever will be a miracle. I'm supported by my benevolent ancestors. They assist in guiding me in making the best decisions that align me with my highest good. I have more love, and more love, and I am right where I want to be. Peace.